Hello!
Hi and welcome
Back to
another episode of Books, Beer
and Wine.
Cheers.
My name is Cora.
And I'm Karina. Today we're going to discuss one of the latest books we've read, and the title is
Young Mungo by
Douglas Stuart. And we've had another book review of one of his books a few months back.
I think it was in November. It was his first book,
Shaggy,
Bane, and this one is his second book.
And of course, when we found out that there's going to be a new Douglas Stuart, we had to read it because we both loved Shaggy Bane so much.
Yeah. And this book has serious Shaggy Bane vibes.
Yes.
And I think about the first quarter or third of the book, it felt a bit like a reimagining of Shaggy Bane.
Yeah.
But then the story changed a bit and it is a completely different book. So the vibes are still there, but since it's the same environment, the same class, the same type of people around Mungo, it's not really surprising.
Yeah. So what are the similarities, because or what are the surroundings that we are presented with in this book? It's like it's based in Scotland.
It was
Place. It's set in Scotland.
I think you said place and set
at the same time. But it's set in Scotland and
in Glasgow.
In Glasgow, and it's
the
very much the East End and a very poor working class
neighborhood.
Yeah. And I think it's also during Margaret Thatcher's era still.
I think it's
maybe
afterwards. It's afterwards.
She's mentioned a few times because it's her fault that all those people are in this miserable condition. So yeah, you can imagine the surroundings. It's and like in the first novel, Shaggy Bane, it's very much the Scottish dialect, working class dialect that comes through. And
I think it's just Gaelic. Right?
Gaelic, yeah. But
I'm not sure if it's really like a working class.
No, what I meant is it's hard to describe actually, but these people have some kind of special way to talk to each other. Yeah. It's like a slang.
Yeah.
Which everyone has, depending on where you grow up, you adopt that kind of talking. And yeah, young Mungo is the youngest of 3 siblings, living together with his siblings and his mother.
Hamish isn't living at home anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But he's present sometimes.
Yeah, so Mungo is almost 16.
Almost 16, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Jodie, the second one. She's about to finish school, and I guess she's 18 maybe, but I have no idea about.
Yeah, and Hamish, who's older.
The oldest. And I think all of them are just like 1 or 2 years apart from each other, so
and like
all are very young.
Yeah, and like the surroundings in Shaggy Bane, or the setting, it's very similar here because Mungo's mother is an alcoholic and
a single mom,
not very satisfied with her life, looking for love and a better life. So she escapes into the
She drinks
drinking.
a lot.
Yeah, and well, Mungo, like his mother seems to think, is not a very manly man, so his mother sends him on a fishing trip with 2 men
from her AA meeting.
Yeah, so that he learns the basics of being
a man.
A man, like fishing, making a fire, sleeping in tents, and just toughen up.
Yeah. Yeah, so this world, as you can imagine, is pure toxic masculinity. So not just the fishing trip, just the entire world.
Yeah.
And this story is kind of alternating between this fishing trip and Mungo's life just a few months, or starting just a few months before that fishing trip, and then at some point they overlap and
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So we start with a fishing trip,
and then we go back a few months and
learn about his life and why it came to that point that he had to go on a fishing trip to be a...
But you really just learn, like, maybe in the second to last chapter or so, why exactly it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also important to know is that Hamish, the oldest, is a leader in the Protestant fights against the Catholics living on the other side of a bridge.
Yes.
And
so lots of fighting and hate between
crime,
those groups.
drugs.
Yeah. And Hamish wants his brother to be like him because it's a thing of honor to present your religious beliefs.
I don't think it's about a religion.
No, but it's the origin of it.
Yeah.
Now it is just
it's an opportunity to
live out your aggression.
Show your masculinity.
But the conflict between Catholic and Protestants.
Prostitutes.
No.
Catholics and Protestants.
Is a big theme here. And so we learn about Mungo, and we learn that he's not the man his family wants him to be, and we find out why that is, because
as any other book we've discussed here.
Surprise! He might be a little gay. Or a little more gay.
Okay. So, who's your favorite character?
Well, of course I love Mungo, like Shaggy.
Who wouldn't?
I have just had to love Mungo, and he's also one of those guys where you just want to say, I want to give you a big hug.
Oh yes.
Because he's so sweet and caring and
so
sensitive
sensitive and so destroyed already.
Yeah. At such a young age.
Yeah, he has various tics and he's so bound to his mom.
He loves her a lot and he wants things to change.
Yeah.
And like Shaggy Bane, he's taking too much responsibility in his young life, because he shouldn't be there to look after his mom, but he always does, and he always puts her first.
Yeah. And she doesn't.
She doesn't put him first.
Yeah. Or any of her kids.
Yeah. But maybe she would want herself to do this, but she's sick, so she can't.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never know if it's only the disease or if it's her personality.
Yeah, you don't know.
So she doesn't seem to have the best personality.
That's true.
But yeah, who knows.
And I also liked James very much, who you're about to meet when you read the book, but I really like James a lot.
Yeah. And I would advise to not read the summary description you'll find at most places.
Yeah, just
it
open the book and
yeah.
start reading.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like Jodie a lot.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, his sister, his older sister. She's seems to be a very, very tough girl, which comes with the circumstances.
And she's so smart. She's so smart, yeah. I mean, there are a few instances where I didn't like her, but
yeah, overall, I think she is a great character. Yeah.
No, the character is very well done.
And what did you like most about the book?
I think I liked most that it takes a very long time to really find out why exactly Mungo has to go through this masculine weekend. So I think I really liked that. That was brilliantly done, and I liked the ending.
Yes, yes, well, I'm a big fan of the ending.
Yeah. So what did you like most?
Yeah, well, the ending.
You are just saying that because I said
no,
that.
the ending, and I just liked that with his first book, Douglas Stuart, creates such a great atmosphere that you can imagine being surrounded by all those people, even though it's so far away from your own world or the own circumstances you were born and raised in. He describes this in such a colorful and detailed way that you feel like being a part of it, and that is one big talent here, and I really, really like it.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So Douglas Stuart, whenever you're reading this or hearing this, please keep on writing, because we will definitely continue reading.
Yes.
And so should you.
Yes, you should. You should. It's a brilliant book. It's a brilliant book. So if you haven't read Shaggy Bane yet, read it as well. If you loved Shaggy Bane, you will love this one.
Yes.
If you hated Shaggy Bane, and we hope you didn't, maybe this is not the book for you.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. Read it, and it's so good to talk about it, actually.
Yeah. So read it, enjoy it, and
let us know what you think.
Okay. And we hope that next time we will be able to tell you what the next book is. We are really bad at that at the moment. So see you next time.
And have fun reading.
Bye bye.
Bye.